Radio News.
A very good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. Authorities in Raja County, Western Barel State have welcomed the recent ministerial decision to regulate mining activities, but are urging the government to expedite the implementations of a clear policy framework to ensure that the county fully benefits from the sector. A national youth organization, Markaz Islam, is calling on the Council of Ministers to prioritize the passage of the Youth Bodies Bill and the Student Support Fund Bill. And the Governor of Central Equatorial State, Emmanuel Adil Anthony, has issued a series of gubernatorial decrees announcing the removal and appointment of several officials in the state. This and many more stories are all coming in this news bulletin with me, Darlington Moses, and now the news in detail. Authorities in Raja County, Western Barel State have welcomed the recent ministerial decisions to regulate mining activities, but are urging the government to expedite the implementations of a clear policy framework to ensure the county fully benefits from the sector. According to Addison Arcangelo, the county commissioner of Raja County, the ministerial order will help authorities curb illegal mining and bring in unregistered companies under proper oversight. His remarks come 10 days after the Minister of Mining issued a new directive aimed at regulating the gold trade and reducing illegal mining operations across the country. The order, dated 6 November and signed by Mining Minister Martin Gama Abuja, restricts the buying, selling and exporting of gold to companies that hold valid mining trading licenses. It follows the Ministry of Mining suspensions of mining and exploration licenses for small-scale companies in Western Barel State effective 1st November. Speaking to iRadio yesterday, Commissioner Arcangelo said additional procedures and official approvals will be required at the national and state levels before the directive can be implemented at the county level. He expressed satisfaction with the government's actions and urged strict enforcement of all licenses issued by the National Ministry. In March this year, 5 gold miners, including 2 security personnel, died inside a flooded pit at a mining site in Dulu area. Commissioner Arcangelo said the miners were hired by a local company to assess the conditions and stability and accessibility of a cave when it suddenly collapsed, killing 5 and injuring another. The Governor of Central Equatorial State, Emmanuel Adil Anthony, on Wednesday issued a series of gubernatorial decrees announcing the removal and appointment of several officials in the state. In the decree, Governor Adil revoked the appointment of Mr. James Tatu Kuma from his positions as Director General in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. He also relieved Isaac Batali Santino from his role as a member of the State Insurance Regulatory Body. The Governor further announced the new appointments within the office of the Governor. Mr. James Tatu Guma has been named the Executive Director, while Rose Knight Charles has been appointed Deputy Executive Director. Ms. Ayasu Betty Marcello Data becomes the Office Manager, and Isaac Batali Santino has been assigned as a Private Secretary to the Governor. Other appointments include CDE Derek Derrickson as Press Secretary, Jackson Amule as Palace Manager, and Jennifer Nakai Lokwema as Deputy Palace Manager. Governor Adil stated that all the changes outlined in the decrees take immediate effect. This is iRadio News, and now before the national news, a national youth organization, Markaz Islam, is calling on the Council of Ministers to prioritize passage of the Youth Bodies Bill and the Student Support Fund Bill. Florence Agiba, the Executive Director of Markaz Islam, has described them as essential to unlocking direct funding and addressing the growing challenges facing young people across the country. According to the activist, the two bills are crucial for empowering youth institutions and strengthening the legal framework that governs youth affairs in South Sudan. Marcus Islam recently announced key details of updated legislations which made changes to the regional 2014 Youth and Sports Bill. The revised draft follows extensive consultations with youth leaders, civil society organizations, and development partners, all aimed at establishing a more accountable and effective system for youth engagement. Under the proposed legislations, the current National Youth Union would be transformed into a National Youth Council, bringing South Sudan's youth structure in line with regional standards. Agiba has said that once the bill becomes law, the National Youth Council will be able to receive funds directly from the parliament, an important step toward a sustainable youth-led development. Since independence in 2011, young people in South Sudan have faced persistent challenges including political instability, economic hardship, and extremely high unemployment rate. Other obstacles include limited access to quality education and widespread governance issues, which continue to hinder youth participation and progress. This is iRadio News, and now to the stories making headlines in the world and other region. English football club Arsenal have announced they will end the club's 8-year sponsorship deal with Visit Rwanda at the conclusions of the 2025-2026 season. The sleeve partnership began in 2018 and the current deal is reportedly worth more than 13.3 million US dollars per year, but it has come under the spotlight after increased violence in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which borders Rwanda, though the framework of a peace deal between Rwandan-backed M23 rebels and the Congolese government was signed earlier this week. In April, Paris Saint-Germain extended their sponsorship with Visit Rwanda until 2028, while Atletico Madrid signed a 3-year deal to carry the logo on their men's and women's shirt this season. And finally, US President Donald Trump announced on Wednesday that he signed a bill ordering the release of all files related to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The bill requires the Justice Department to release all information from its Epstein investigation in a searchable and downloadable format within 30 days. Trump previously opposed releasing the files, but he changed course last week after facing pushback from Epstein's victims and members of his own Republican Party. With his support, the legislation overwhelmingly cleared both chambers of Congress, the House of Representatives and Senate on Tuesday. This is iRadio News, and now to end this bulletin, let's have the recaps on the top stories once again. Authorities in Raja County, Western Barel State have welcomed the recent ministerial decision to regulate mining activities but are urging the government to expedite the implementations of a clear policy framework to ensure the county fully benefits from the sector. A national youth organization, Marcus Islam, is calling on the Council of Ministers to prioritize the passage of a youth bodies bill and student support fund bill. And the governor of Central Equatorial State, Emmanuel Adil Anthony, has issued a series of gubernatorial decrees announcing the removal and appointment of several officials in the state. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there's a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message on +211 925 287 870. It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page at iRadio, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iRadio.com. www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic at the top of the hour. I am Darlington Moses. Thanks for listening.